Bro, I don't know about the shadow, how to get rid of it.
Do we look like uncle? Hmm. Should we pull up that? Can I go do the Bluetooth on it?
How's the shadow?
That looks good.
Okay, this is
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
Hello everyone. My name is Karan. Especially during all these times when COVID is here and everyone is just, people are losing jobs. They are at home. They are unable to meet their friends. Only thing we all can, give each other as a human being is hope. That it's okay. I am with you.
Okay,
It's
fan
okay.
of Superman over here.
Yeah. No. But yeah, that's true. It's a hope that I can give someone. Okay, I am with you. It's okay. If
Yeah,
things are
you're
bad,
absolutely
that's okay.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, and that hope can actually save someone's life.
Yeah.
I believe that because somebody saved mine.
And mine. We got all the onions, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, let's just go with this, and we'll just stick with this. Modi's Goti.
Modi's Goti.
So,
That's funny. We should start with how we know each other. I came in 2018. Gurbeer, he just took me. He said, let's go to work." First, I was just doing the setup part, only setup, takedown, and then eventually I started doing programming, and I was the rookie of the year, 2019. I learned too much, yeah, I haven't learned that much in my rest 19, 20 years. The amount I learned just within those 2 years. I could have never done that without Decibel, without all those people who helped me to grow up to be who I am today. एक different मोड़ ले आया जिंदगी ਵਿੱਚ Decibel मेरे. एक different रास्ते से तुर पिया.
New journey.
Yeah, new journey from being a guy who don't know what he want to do in his life.
Yeah.
Who was just trying to figure out what's going on. Once I started working with Decibel, then I started talking to people, and everything just keep going. And here we are today. I remember when we went to what's the name of that lake?
Cultus Lake.
Cultus Lake, and that was a good time. I have a question for you. So, how was your journey as coming as an immigrant from Punjab, India, coming here, meeting new people you don't know, totally new culture, totally different environment, and how you managed to bring yourself here today?
I was blessed that as soon as I got here, I actually had family to take me in,
Yeah, that's really good.
have a basement. I didn't have to go start looking for one. I had my entire family with me, which unfortunately is not the case for everybody.
Yeah.
The biggest thing was going to school. I was the kid that had a middle cheese, this long hair going on the side, and I had my not so formal shirt tucked into my jeans, wearing a really big Gucci belt, Yeah, I was a total dork. I still, I call myself a nerd nowadays, but I was a total dork back then. How was your experience here?
Good, always positive in terms of making new friends, meeting new people, learning new things. But the only difficult part, I will not use the word bad, the difficult part was coming out from a bubble, because in India, everyone lives in a bubble. Everything is provided by their parents. Yeah, we live in a bubble.
Yeah.
And just straight coming out to Canada, living by your own, doing everything at your own, finding a job, finding a house, making new friends, savings, paying your bills that you have never paid before.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but it's good too, because I learned a lot, and that helped me to grow a lot. And overall, I think life is a pretty good experience.
What are your thoughts on farmers' protests, how it kind of ties down with the Punjabi culture?
So the basics are MSP, that is basically the minimum price that they should be getting.
Yeah.
And they are cutting that totally. It's totally out. No MSP. And then second thing, that's the another big problem is that they are eliminating the limit to store how much you can store. Any private citizen can own Yeah.
how much stuff they can literally
Yeah.
buy bulks and bulks
Yeah.
and put it into just take it
And
and do whatever with it.
yeah, but this is not understandable. Like, think about it. A person who is not able to provide proper food, proper education to his kids, how he is supposed to store all of that? The only people who are going to get benefited from that whole bill. Let me say straight, it's Ambani, it's Adani, it's all those rich corporate people in India
Yeah.
who are corrupt, who are all doing those things. Like what they did with the Geo thing. Before Geo, it's BSNL.
But that one was only wired connections, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that was the only one.
So they also had a cell phone version, governmental service
I don't know
called
that.
Cell One,
Uh-huh.
and this is pretty much providing like basic cell phone services. So like you can call from one side to another, and it was really cheap. So then comes Geo, which is owned by one of these rich folks in India.
Ambani.
And
Let's say it straight.
yeah, so what they did was they set the pricing crazy low, wiping some of these other smaller companies like
not
Cell
even
One
crazy
out of
though.
business.
They just gave everything free.
Yeah.
So you just have to sign a paper. It's a form. You give it to the person who is going to give you the Geo connection.
Yeah.
You got the Geo connection. You got it free for straight 3 months. Everything is unlimited. Calling, messaging, data. Think about it.
But even after 3 months, their rates were actually
Yeah.
really cheap.
Yeah, they're really cheap.
And eventually, once the government then is like, oh, we don't need Cell One anymore. There's Geo to take our place,
Yeah.
right? And as soon as they got rid of Cell One, what did Geo do?
They took the price up.
Took the pricing up, and who suffers? It's the people who can afford the inflation in the cost, and the same thing is happening with the farmers. And there's the argument a lot of people make, like, oh, why are why do we see so many Punjabis at these protests?
I think Punjab and Haryana is the only main industry that is surviving on agriculture. UP, Bihar, all those states, they are dead. They're already dead.
Yeah.
The farmers.
Well, there's
over
a
there-
reason, all the labor is coming from some of these states, because the farmers there in Bihar and UP and all that, and I have some extended cousins who live in UP too, and I know about their struggles as well with the farming.
Mine too.
Yeah. So a lot of these folks are leaving their jobs there and trying to come do just labor for farmers in Punjab. And sometimes, like they might have a cousin or someone that's still growing crops in Bihar and UP.
Yeah.
They're actually bringing the crops with them when the harvest season comes, because the system is so corrupt.
Yeah.
All these private people, companies, when they come in, they first of all this MSP and all this, like there's a price that's set by government.
Yeah.
That price has barely moved in the
barely
last
moved.
2 decades.
Yeah.
What's India known for? India is known for the green revolution
Yeah, the green
that
revolution.
it had in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
And who was at the forefront? It was Punjab and Haryana.
Yeah.
So today, Punjab and Haryana are the firewall
Yeah.
of this giant farming crisis.
And there are other flaws too, as you said. How people come from Bihar to sell their crops in Punjab or in Haryana. Now, what government was doing, they said you can sell your crops anywhere in India. Now, tell me, how much is the price of diesel over there?
It's more than here.
Yeah, it's more than here. And the currency difference is 55, 60.
These private people come in, they get all these farmers' crops, usually slightly less than MSP price.
Yeah.
And they go take it to their storage,
Yeah.
where they hoard it
Yeah.
till there's a supply shortage.
Yeah.
and then the demand goes up, and then they're like, you know what, we got all the onions, guys.
We got all
Onions
the
twice as expensive, but that's okay. We
Yeah.
have the onions.
We have the
Now
onions.
Kasan sitting like, yo, like I sold this onions for half the price, and why are they being sold for twice the price? And at least that MSP was still there to kind of protect the farmers.
Yeah.
And now government's like, hey, instead of protecting you more, we're just gonna take this small little firewall completely out, and you're kind of on your own,
Yeah.
right? And it's like people are like, wait a minute. And then they're like, hey, any private citizen can buy whatever they want. So all these people, first of all, the ones owning all these giant storage factories and all that, or any big corporations that want to come in, can just buy all this stuff from the farmers for a really cheap price for like the first few years. And what's stopping them from doing the same thing what Geo did, which is just jack up the pricing on their end after 2 years, but also dropping the pricing they're paying to the farmers.
Yeah.
And that's the big issue there. It's supposed to be a democracy, and all these bills are supposed to be passed by what people believe in, what
Mostly whenever a bill goes in the parliament in India, so it's like when people demand that we need this, and then when they start protesting, and then government have to take that bill to parliament, and then debates go on. That's how things work. This time it was totally opposite. Government brought a bill. Government was like, here we go. This is the bill. Take it. You have to take it. No other options.
Should we talk about Modi?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
We should.
This guy has had a lot of influence on a lot of people. He has a very interesting background.
Yeah.
On my radar, he started popping up. I was actually like 12 years old. Wow, like 2002.
Oh.
When
back in when
the Gujarat riots happened. I feel like he's like just smarter version of Trump.
I think Trump is too dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's too dumb.
Yeah.
Modi is smart.
Trump doesn't know how to cover his tracks.
Yeah, he don't know, but Modi know. He know everything. You know what he did with.
It's very calculated. It's so for Trump. It's like, hey, let's just go with this, and we'll just stick with this, and then just like we'll just have the supporters just ride this way.
Yeah.
But the day that I really started seeing what Modi was doing with these protests was January 26th.
किसी जगह लुट मार नहीं हुई, not even a single.
Yeah, no one was hurt.
Yeah, okay, no one was hurt, and कोई बिल्डिंगां ਨੂੰ ਅੱਗ नहीं लगी, कोई ਗੱਡੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਗ नहीं लगी.
Yeah.
The only people who got hurt, farmers. ਆਪਣੇ ਦਾਦਿਆਂ ਦੀ age ਦੇ, like people who are at the age of our grandfathers, those are the ones who are at the most bad condition.
The Godi media, they call it, which is like the
media that basically controlled by Modi.
Yeah. And they probably said in Modi's Godi. Modi's Godi. So
that's funny.
Yeah. Did you notice the power shift in Bollywood? The Khans you don't really see the Khans anymore.
Not Shah Rukh Khan, not Salman Khan, not Amir Khan. The main three Khans, no, they don't talk.
Yeah, who's talking?
Akshay Kumar. The only Punjabi guy we have, the best in the industry. He just lost the respect.
Can I tell you about Akshay Kumar? What I knew about Akshay Kumar?
Yeah.
Growing up, the first few movies of his I fell in love were like all the Khiladi movies, where he's fighting all these bad WWE stars.
Yeah.
And WWE, and when I was a kid, seemed so real. Like these guys are just boom boom fighting with each other. It was fun to watch, And now there's this actor that's fighting these bad guys, So he was kind of almost like a comic hero. Ajay Devgan actually did Bhagat Singh role.
Yeah.
And he's calling farmers think propaganda.
Yeah.
Like the hypocrisy couldn't have been like more real. Like
every one from Bollywood stood for Black Lives Matter. Everyone. Okay. At that time,
because they want to be part of Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
But now the Hollywood is like, what you're doing isn't right.
Yeah.
And as humans, we should be talking about it.
Yeah. Especially the guys who, like Ajay Devgan, like Akshay Kumar, Sunny Deol. Like
I didn't expect it from Akshay Kumar.
I didn't too. Like Akshay Kumar.
If he had even stayed quiet, at least I would give them benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if they speak up against this government, they're gonna get thrown behind bars or something. Like a lot of people said that to me. Again, I
think
I don't stand for that. I don't stand for that, but
I think they have enough power if everyone from Bollywood in India at least they come together, they stand against that government. They can take them down because what they say, people listen to them because they are just like.
I think it's convenient for Bollywood stars to be sitting in their houses with their
and
thousands of dollars of phones and just tweeting about a situation they don't fully understand.
And the funny part is, most of them have the same tweet.
Like,
how is it possible? Like they could have same tweet,
bro. I don't know if you know, but Akshay Kumar's tweet came a few hours after this another actress, I can't remember her name, Sana.
Oh, Saina Nehwal.
Yeah,
she's
exact
the tennis,
same tweet.
The badminton player.
If you're plagiarizing, if someone gave you a tweet, at least change the words around. Like it's the exact same tweet.
Exact same. True.
So
it was funny.
That one just boom.
This is someone who I would love to talk about. Sachin, god of cricket.
Anil Kumble.
Like, the day I started watching cricket as a kid, I used to watch cricket as a kid with my parents, and whenever Sachin got out, they were like, okay, we're done. They're gonna lose. This is like, I actually cried the day he retired. I remember that. I was watching TV. I was like, no, I want to see him play just for once in real, in a stadium. But I lost that opportunity. He retired, and like, it's crazy.
I couldn't find that passion ever for cricket, but I know exactly what you're talking about because I had that passion watching Kobe play. So, and I never got to see that. Oh, not even like. But I understand where you go.
Yeah, I cried for that guy. Like, and he said it's a propaganda. He used all those same words. Like, man, like I think at the end the situation out there in India is too bad, like too bad. I think the best thing as a human being we should do is to stand at least for one person we know who lives there, who is a farmer. Because I belong to a farmer family. I think you do.
Yeah, I have family.
Yeah, we need to stand for them. We need to stand at least for ourselves. Like, I want to stand for myself that, I did something good. It led to something good or not. That's not something we should, worrying about. We should taking a stand. We should letting people know that what's going on, it's wrong. Even if I feel that when I had this idea, like we had this idea about making this video, I had only one thing in my mind, that even if one single person can be affected with this video and she can stand with farmers, that's enough for me. Just one person. That's all I want from all this conversation, all this.
I just want the information to be public.
Yeah.
I just want people to see this without a bias.
Yeah,
sadly, like everybody has a bias.
Yeah.
But all the information's out there. Once something happens in today's digital age, there's always a footprint behind.
Yeah.
And we all can easily do our homework than just watch some of these news channels nowadays that literally just get paid by big corps and politicians.
It is.
And that's the reality. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as we understand that's the new reality we're living in.
Yeah.
And for us to know the actual facts, we actually have to do more than just go turn the remote on and watch someone blabber a few words.
Yeah.
like even right now, like someone could watch a video
Yeah.
and take something good from it or
Yeah.
bad from it, go
Definitely.
tell someone else, because everybody formulates their own opinion about something.
Yeah.
But as humans, the biggest role we have to serve in this society is to take care of each other and
Yeah.
be a little more selfless.
Yeah.
That's kind of the problem, that is everybody again cooped up in their own little bubble. Someone was there for me, when I didn't know I needed them.
Yeah. So now I want to give that back to the world.
Yeah.
Through.
And well, I feel like it's a responsibility.
Yeah.
To do our part in the society. It's really up to us what side of the scale we stand on.
Yeah.
And it has to be neutral. Like, we can really either just cut everything off and just formulate our own opinion, or hear everybody's voices.
Yeah.
And just decide, like, hey, like, okay, collectively.
Yeah.
Collectively, we need to do this. That's the biggest thing, talking about the Modis, the Hitlers, the Trumps.
Yeah.
The biggest problem is that they just don't want to hear anybody else.
Yeah, it's all about the
hey, I am an idealist.
Yeah.
This is my approach to life.
Yeah.
And what I believe in is what I stand for, and that is what's gonna happen, regardless of what other people are gonna say.
Yeah.
Somewhere along their paths, they forgot that they were put in that position by the people.
Yeah, true.
Every vote matters.
Every vote matters. True. Every vote matters.
So I think we should close this thing. So I just want to thank you for reaching out to me, man. I honestly, I was overwhelmed with the amount of love everybody showed with the last video, and I just want to thank everybody. You want me to put your YouTube channel right here?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. Thank you, brother. Thank you for being here. And
thank you, bro.
And thank you for having this judgment-free conversation with me.
Yeah.
And I'm super proud of you. And I think that this is gonna be a beautiful journey.
Yeah, it is. It is already.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out, everybody.
Peace out, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for watching.